Email sent to mail@playwales.org.uk on Monday the 6th of August 2018 at 8:59 a.m. Subject: Freedom of Information Request. Freedom of Information Request. This FOI request relates to the contents of the booklet Award in Playwork Practice Level 2 Learner Resources 2nd edition 2018 Copyright Play Wales. Please supply under the Freedom of Information Act the following information. Freedom of Information Request 1. What are the names of the persons who are responsible for the editorial content of the booklet Award in Playwork Practice Level 2 Learner Resources 2nd edition 2018 Copyright Play Wales? Freedom of Information Request 2. What is the name of the person who has written the paragraph below that appears on page 37 of this publication? In this country, our culture tends to suggest that children are incompetent and incapable. We start from a position of distrusting them to be able to fend for themselves. In other cultures, even those as close to us as Northern Europe, small children use axes to chop firewood or walk to school on their own as a matter of custom. They are seen as competent and capable. They have been gradually introduced to these situations from an early age. They have gradually built up skills and confidence. The culture is that adults respect and trust children. The difference in the level of competence and capability between these children and those in our settings is our attitude towards them, the experience we provide them, the expectations we have, and the assumptions we make. Freedom of Information Request 3. What is the source for the information below which appears in the above paragraph? In this country, our culture tends to suggest that children are incompetent and incapable. Freedom of Information Request 4. What is the source for the information below which appears in the above paragraph? In other cultures, even those as close to us as Northern Europe, small children use axes to chop firewood or walk to school on their own as a matter of custom. They are seen as competent and capable. They have been gradually introduced to these situations from an early age. They have gradually built up skills and confidence. The culture is that adults respect and trust children. Freedom of Information Request 5. What is the name or names of the person that is responsible for writing the chapter Fearsome Fire on page 39? Freedom of Information Request 6. What is the source for the information below which appears in this chapter? Children do get excited about fires. Fires are new and thrilling and fascinating. If they happen at a play setting once a year, then, just like Christmas, they generate plenty of giddy excitement, which makes the situation unpredictable and difficult to risk assess. If they happen regularly, they become commonplace and no one gets giddy. Freedom of Information Request 7. Paragraph 5 in the chapter Fearsome Fire states that no play setting has been prosecuted for allowing children to burn. What is the source for this information? Freedom of Information Request 8. Page 19 states, take a step back. If children were with friends on a hill with a stream and trees in view and their houses a long, long stone's throw away, what would happen? They would play. There would be no adults involved. They would take risks, hurt themselves, bully, swear, fight, cuddle, be cruel, think, dream, play games, and above all, they would solve by one means or another the problems that confronted them. What is the source for the above information. Reply to Freedom of Information request. From Lowry Phillips, copied to Bethan Walsh and Claire Edwards at geldads.com on the 14th of August 2018 at 12:31 p.m. Subject: Freedom of Information Act request, Play Wales, Geldads LLP Cardiff, FID 1953599. Dear Mr. Richards, I refer to your email of 6th of August addressed to Cathy Mews of Play Wales, headed Freedom of Information Request. As legal advisors to Play Wales, we have been asked by Play Wales to respond to your email on its behalf. The Freedom of Information Act 2000 does not apply to all organisations. It only covers public authorities. Schedule 1 of FOIA contains a list of the bodies that are classed as public authorities in this context. Play Wales is not a public authority as defined by FOIA and accordingly is not required to respond to your request for information. Should you have any further queries in relation to the above, please can you email me directly. Yours sincerely, Lowry Phillips, Partner, Information Law Department, for and on behalf of Geldads LLP.